Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Show. And it's Neil in for Russ today. Russ is not too well. So I'm filling in for him. Well, he says he may be able to make it, so I don't actually know. So it's a bit of a mystery tour, but I can guarantee you I'm going to be on the show today. I can tell you we've got two fantastic guests, and if Russ shows up, well, that's a bonus. Anyway, so a very good afternoon. Hope you had a lovely weekend. I spent the weekend at the coast and in comedy clubs. So there we go. That was my weekend. I was in another comedy competition last night, which I never have any chance of winning because the standard is so high nowadays. The set went down well. It got laughs, but I wasn't the winner. I don't know. Perhaps our guest will console me. Hello, Nicole. How are you?
Hello. I'm okay, thank you. I'm also on the coast, but not into comedy. Not very good at comedy.
Ah, okay. Well, neither am I, it would seem. No, it was a weird set. It's just like little. I never win any of the competitions, but honestly, the standard coming up sort of through the ranks is really, really high. But enough about me. What part of the coast are you on?
I'm down in sunny Bournemouth, and it has actually been sunny, very sunny recently.
Bournemouth is a beautiful part of the world. Yeah. I was in Hayling Island over the weekend, a little bit further east.
Yeah.
But Bournemouth. Have you been to Hayling Island?
No, I never have.
If you ever do, go to the farm shop on Hayling Island and get their jacket potatoes. They're the best jacket potatoes you will have ever had. And I see that Russ is here as well. But we're here to talk about you, not jacket potatoes, not comedy, and certainly not me. You are the friendly send advisor.
Yeah, I am indeed.
Tell us, hello Russ. Good afternoon.
I just wanted to say, I didn't realise you had a guest, Neil. So I'm just.
I have two guests. Hello. I don't muck about.
I'm going to say hello, and I'm going to say goodbye. And well done, Neil. Hello, Nicole.
You're very welcome to stay, Russ.
Well, I'll just sit quietly. I might take my camera off and I'll be listening and popping in and out. How about that?
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're like being at a comedy club. You can pop in and heckle. When you sent me the message on Lightbulb, I could sense the passion in the message. You've obviously been through the mill in some way, come out the other end. You've got a hell of a story to tell. And I'd love to hear it. So please go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Really happy to be here. And for those of you, because SEND is like an acronym, so it's Special Educational Needs and Disabilities. So I help children's activity providers and tutors and organisations to make sure their sessions are inclusive for all children, those who are neurodivergent, those who have disabilities. And I absolutely love it. And like you said, Neil, it's from the heart. It's from lived experience with my son. And he is autistic and has epilepsy. And unfortunately, he misses out on activities, and a lot in the SEND community also miss out on activities because people don't understand his brain and kind of misinterpret certain behaviours and things like that. So I was like, right, I'm on a mission to make sure no child misses out on activities they love, because everyone should have the right to play. And it's just been an amazing 18 months setting up the Friendly Send Advisor and working with so many passionate people who run sports clubs, theatre clubs, STEM clubs, you name it, cookery clubs, all of the things. Yeah.
A lot of my, I've got many female friends, and they all say the same thing if they've got children with special needs, that to get the specialist education and so nuanced, and it's so good that there's much more awareness of it nowadays, which there certainly is. I suppose the downside is there's much more need for specialists, and there sometimes aren't the resources to fill it until people like you step up and go, no, well, if there isn't one, I'm going to make my own, which is exactly what a lot of my female friends have done. So tell us the story from the beginning.
So I was a teacher. I was a secondary school teacher for 11 years. And then my son had his first seizure. And if anyone listening has experienced anyone having seizure, it's quite traumatic, and also especially when it's your child, because
it must be terrifying.
You feel so helpless. Like I've never felt so helpless in my life, because you can't really do anything to stop it. You've just got to make sure that they're safe. You've got to time it to make sure it doesn't go over those 5 minutes, because that is like brain damage territory, and you have to call an ambulance. So you've just got to time it. You've got to make sure they're safe, keep calm, which in that stressful situation is very, very hard. And near impossible.
What triggers these? I mean, is it bright flashing lights, or is there many things? I mean, that's the layperson's understanding, isn't it?
Yeah, that is what you see. You see, be careful of flashing lights in this
movie
film
contains flashing lights. But there must be more things. That it can't be just that, can it?
No, not at all. It's actually only 3% of people with epilepsy that are triggered by flashing lights. So it's a very small, only 3%. Yeah.
Every day's a school day. I didn't know that.
Exactly.
So what are the other triggers, Nicole?
So a lot are triggered by, stress, anxiety, illness, excitement. If you're feeling under the weather, or if you're feeling tired or things like that, or overheating, then your seizure threshold lowers. So you're more likely to have a seizure. And interestingly, very nichely, for my son, baths trigger seizures as well. So that has been a whole journey since he's had his first seizure in the bath. And when he was 4, so it's been 5 years, and he still has ongoing seizures. But there's so many different seizure triggers that I didn't know about this before my son had seizures, and there's over 40 different types of seizures as well. It's not always the tonic-clonic shaking on the floor that you see often again in films and in the media. There's so many different types of seizures. So a lot of this started with I need to make sure people understand, especially with epilepsy, there's so many myths and so many stereotypes to try and break them to make sure.
What is, medically speaking, a seizure?
So it's like a sudden burst of electrical energy, and that therefore is because some of the connections in the brain, are too overexcited, which is why excitement and illness and anxiety, anything that deals with that nervous system or that brain dysregulation, can trigger seizures. And there's a lot of meds that people try, but only 70% of people have seizure control, but it's you can't cure it. It's kind of, unless you have one of the 2 types of childhood epilepsies, it's a lifelong condition.
And it can be managed in 70% of people, you say?
Yeah, with drugs.
With drugs. And what kind of drugs? Are they tranquilizers or?
So they're anti-seizure meds. Some of them block sodium channels and to try and dampen that excitement and dampen that kind of electrical overexcited excitement.
So it's basically a brain and a nervous system overloading, and the energy's sort of got nowhere to go. As it were. Yeah. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, absolutely. It is that sudden, and it can happen with anyone. I mean, even in my family and friends, actually, some people can have a seizure for the first time at any age. Often it's common when there's, when either when they're born or kind of about that 4 or 5 year old or teenage with all the hormones playing, and then in your 60s as well. That's a very common time to get your first seizure randomly, because your brain goes through different changes at those different times. So
fascinating. So your sprog was getting left out, and you thought, right, not having this. So you built a whole system to
they basically
you just kind of out of nowhere just kind of I know what I'll do.
I'll sort it out.
The whole zeitgeist, that's what I'll do.
Exactly. You've got to. That's the thing.
Start with the easy jobs. Why don't you? Yeah.
I know, and that's what so many, like you said, so many of your friends, and a lot of mums.
They do, and they have charity nights, and one of them just opened a shop for parents in need. There's a lot. There's there's some extraordinary, including yourself, folks around. So tell us about yours. Tell us about the journey from conception to creation to what it is now.
Yeah, so from that seizure, that first seizure, life changed. You're on edge. You're high alert. You're literally watching him like an absolute hawk. And, it's stressful. And then having to trust someone with your child when they could potentially just have a seizure at any point or things like that is really, really hard, really hard. And so therefore, we went through this process. I started trying to help him express his emotions, to try and, because I can't stop the seizures. We've tried lots of different drugs. Unfortunately, he's part of the 30% that can't get that seizure control with drugs. There is, brain surgery and keto diet and different things like that. But for his specific type of epilepsy, that's not necessarily on the cards. So therefore I was like, right, I can't stop the seizures, but I can lessen that trigger. I can help him understand and regulate his nervous system, his brain, try and manage his emotions. So I started by doing that at first 5 years ago.
So kind of any particular disciplines for that, CBT or something like that, or
so looking a lot at sensory driven behavior, because he's autistic. So a lot of neurodivergent people, myself included, I'm late diagnosed ADHD, and a lot of the things in your environment impact that, and also some of the inner senses as well. So I was like, right, okay, let's try and help him to have some strategies when he's feeling starting to kind of feel overwhelmed. And obviously it's a journey, because he was young, he was 4, it's now he's 9.
Because he can't give you the feedback.
No.
Or he wouldn't have the vocabulary to give you the feedback. I mean,
at that point, but now he's, we've done that. I started another business that I've since closed, but it was having different characters that linked to the sensory systems, and so that really helped him to really pick out what helps him to feel calmer or feel more regulated,
and a stability and a routine. I would have thought is very helpful for situations like this. So there's always that place, either external or internal, that you can go to and go, right, that's my safe place. This location outside is my safe space, and this feeling inside is my safe space, an anchor, if you like.
Definitely. Absolutely. And kind of building those skills, like we need to equip all our kids, that would be amazing if that was explicitly taught, how to understand sensory driven behavior, how to emotionally regulate, all of those different things, because it's key for life. Like if you're not regulated, if your nervous system is not feeling on that balance, you can't learn, you can't do anything.
No, if you're in constant fight or flight, and I'm not belittling anything you're saying at all, but I think this could apply, nervous systems regulation applies for all of us. All the teachers online, all the spiritual teachers. I'm even doing a course on Tantra at the moment because it interests me. And the first thing, start with yourself, ground your nervous system. And a teacher before that who was teaching, sort of metaphysics and all that sort of stuff. Ground yourself. He's like, you want bells and whistles? Forget it. It's the boring stuff. Ground yourself.
We've all got to be regulated.
Right.
To do anything.
Right. Yes. Yeah, because if it's in sympathetic, fight or flight.
Yeah.
I mean, I notice if I'm stressed and in fight or flight, I don't make good decisions. But if I'm in parasympathetic, it's just a whole different way of viewing the world. It's a very healthy way, and it gives you space. It gives you space to stop, think, to respond rather than react, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And we all need that, like you said, because as a parent of, as well, you've got to think about your own nervous system and your own regulation as well.
Well, carers need care too. I mean, you've got to include your own well-being in this, because no one, even the best mum in the world, can't give from an empty cup. Nobody can.
No, definitely not. And it's kind of, it's built over the last 5 years. And 18 months ago, I was like, right, okay. There's so many after school clubs. My daughter, I can just send her. She's younger, but I've sent her to holiday clubs and after school clubs. But with my son, I don't trust people, and therefore because of bad experiences, then that puts a lot of parents in a similar position to me. So that's when I was like, right, okay, let's get training out there. Let's kind of do all of that to help them understand neurodivergent brains and really create those safe spaces.
Yes. So I want to hear, we'll do some comments. We've got loads of people responding to you actually on the timeline. Nice. So we'll do some comments and hellos. Is that Russ doing that behind the scenes? It's weird because I'm not pressing buttons. Russ, stop it. That's freaking me out. It's like there's a ghost in the machine. What was that? What's he doing? Oh my God, what's he doing now? Russ Kane, what are you doing to me? Right, let's do some of these comments. Good day, Neil and Nicole. Interesting one to talk to here, actually, Nicole, because this is Dr. Asa. He's gone again. Dr. Asa Thompson, ghost in the machine. Dr. Asa Don Brown. He's very big in the psychiatric community in the USA and in Canada. Yeah. And he's always got some really, really good comments. Unlike this fool from Surbiton, I paid to see Neil's comedy set and got a rebate. Yeah, you think you're funny. Good day, Russ. Is Asa Don Brown. Let's just here we go. He says seizures can be triggered by a variety of factors that lower the brain's threshold for abnormal electrical activity. It's pretty much what you said, isn't it? Top triggers are good: mismedication, sleep deprivation, high stress, illnesses with fever, alcohol and drug use, dehydration, hormonal changes, and flashing lights or patterns. God, that sounds like a Friday night out for me. But
yeah.
But in all seriousness, that is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Greetings, one and all. Great conversation. Thanks for sharing, Nicole. And Dave says, pointing out the multiple layers of neurodiversity that sit together is great to hear. Too often the multi-layering is ignored.
I totally agree there, Dave. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You need to look at more the whole person. Like that is something that's so key, looking at the whole person.
Yes, 100%. I imagine the existing systems at the moment aren't that nuanced. They're a bit clunky and a bit boxed.
Like this, and you need to bring them together for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's no mean feat, synthesizing those. No. Dr. Asa says, absolutely, environment can have a profound effect on those with seizures. There's a fascinating correlation and comorbidity between those with seizures and autism and Asperger's.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of genetic factors. For my son, it's a genetic link for both, the autism and the epilepsy.
Do you know, it's wonderful having conversations like this. It just shows me that the understanding has advanced so much in the last few years.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine this 20 years ago. Can you even imagine?
No. There was not, things have come so far, which is amazing. There's still far to go as well.
Very much so, but the fact that we've even got this vocabulary now shows that there's an awful lot of. Dave Sleep does something really interesting. He's got this gadget, and it's a very clever gadget. It's alpha wave stimulation, and I've tried it. It puts your brain into automatic alpha waves, and he says that would help, and I can understand why, because I would guess that all seizures happen in beta wave. I would guess. I don't know. Okay. Maybe Dave would like to confirm or deny that. Yeah. Alpha wave is a much slower, more blissful sort of. It's alpha waves kind of beautiful sunset, and the world is nice. It's not run around doing things frantically.
Really high electrical activity.
Yeah. It's a slower, softer wave. So you must have interacted with loads of people and found loads of people in similar situations and set things up. Tell us about all the things that you've set up and what people can expect if they come and learn more from you.
Yeah, absolutely. I I set up a few years ago a podcast called Conversations with Ascend Mum. And I just wanted to chat about real life, like lived experience of people, and the ways that they, the things they love, the things that people find tricky, and the way that support can happen. And so that's great. And then, I've worked with like over 1,000 activity providers in the UK and even Dubai as well, actually. And it's over 1,000 in this 18 months. It's so amazing because some of them are franchises. So like
that's like about 3 a day.
Well, some come on.
How the hell did you do that?
So some are big organizations, so they have franchises all over. And they have like about 100 drama schools, theatre schools across the country, for example. And then some of them are individual providers is setting up, and there's a whole variety. And working with active sports partnerships through universities and things like that too. So it's been great.
And open to your ideas, which is fantastic.
It's amazing, and
you're probably the solution they were looking for, because there is such a big demand, and universities, well, to be fair to them, that's not what they do. They're not trained to deal with that, are they? They're trained to teach people. They're not trained to.
Sometimes, don't you? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So I think that was a very good, mutually harmonious solution. So what sort of things does your little one enjoy doing? What's his you mentioned theatre and sports. He's into both those things.
He loves sports, tennis, football, things like that. And what's been like really extra special is that because the people I train, I do online training or in-person training at conferences and things like that. But I managed to do some training for local providers to me and recently, and that meant that my son, I trusted them to actually have my son for the day at a holiday club for the first time ever in Easter. So it's like, yay, like it's helped lots of people. But my why originally was my son, and then it actually helped him too. And he could go to a holiday club with his sister and be supported by the amazing providers that I trained.
I bet if we were to go back 2 years, and if I'd have met you 2 years ago, and I said, guess what? In 2 years' time, in April 2026, you'll have done da 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 da. You'll be chatting about it on an online radio show, and you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, like totally. It didn't even exist.
It just shows what just keep plugging away, and it just shows what's achievable, and what wonderful work you're doing. Congratulations. Really good. I don't know if anyone watching has got any more questions for Nicole. I would absolutely be very happy to ask. Yes, his alpha wave stimulation, he says it's a seizure activity as a tsunami of brain waves. True. Alpha wave allows the brain natural regulator conductor to increase the balance of alpha. Okay. It really is. It's no bigger than a mobile phone. And I was a bit skeptical when I went to his seminar. I'm like, this feels different.
Yeah. Because they do use a vagus nerve stimulator, and they implant that for
no, I hear a lot about the vagal nerve or vagus nerve in the books that I read. That's the nerve that connects the whole body.
So they implant, and then that helps with seizures, lowering seizures for a lot of people, actually.
I would imagine because it puts them in parasympathetic, the rest and digest, rather than sympathetic fight or flight. I would guess it's a sort of coordination hub for the whole body's calmness or lack of it. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's not an option, hasn't been an option for my son. So therefore, I haven't, I know about it, but I haven't deep dived into it. Otherwise, I would have.
Yeah. Do you know, I have no difficulty in believing that whatsoever.
I'm like, what's going to help my child? I'm going to do it.
Yeah, quite right too. God, what a super mum you are. So what is the next? What's the vision for the next 18 months?
So
worldwide domination.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? I'm going to continue to.
You mentioned Dubai. How did that come about?
Well, because some of the activity provider franchises that I work with, they have franchises over in other countries, and actually, interesting. Next week, I'm doing some training with a STEM-based, so computer and tech-based franchise, and they've got people over in Australia. So then I can say I've trained people over in Australia as well, which is exciting. Online, it's great, isn't it? So
I know it's really opened up the opportunities, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm going to continue to hopefully work with more activity providers, get wider reach out there. So if anyone listening knows anyone who runs an activity for kids or an organization, then do come follow me at the Friendly Send Advisor. And my website's there, which is good. And but I'd love to get into some also some bigger organizations within sports and theatre, like I'm in chats with the London FA and things like that, so kind of taking it another step further too.
Well, it needs to be, because so many people are neurodivergent in some way. Plus I'm sure I'm ADHD, and you said you were late diagnosis. So something needs to change, because we're not the minority anymore. Far from it. I meet a lot of neurodivergent comedians when I do stand up. And they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. I would find it very hard to call it a disability. That would not be the right word. It's not. In that sense, it really isn't. There's that. In layman's language, it's like Rain Man.
I think there's so much
that goes with it.
Yeah, and there's so much around language, and so much around what people. So some people would call it a disability, some people wouldn't. Like there's loads, and in my training, I'm like, I want to be neuro affirming. So making sure that people are focusing on, let's think about how we can scaffold and how we can support this child to reach their full potential, because they have amazing potential. Sorry, Russ, I think, came on.
No, I know. I think he's. Hello, mate. You were saying something.
I was trying to.
Sorry.
Why?
Oh, sorry. I was just chatting to the girl.
Why do you think, Longy, you've got 4 initials beginning with A, which I can never remember?
ADHD.
Forgive me. I you know what's happened since this? I literally just fell off my chair.
Oh no!
how I am, and I just collapsed
Oh Russ.
on the freaking
no.
floor. Yeah, so God knows
Are
what
you
I've done,
okay?
but the hell with it. Well, I don't know. Probably not. Why do you think you've got this ADHD?
Because my mind is busy. It jumps from one thing to another. I can start
Yeah.
things and not
But
finish
you're
them.
creative. You're creative, aren't you?
Yes, but it needs more of a channeling.
You think?
It needs something. I'm sure. I suppose everyone's on the spectrum a little bit, but and it is a
Well,
spectrum, isn't it? But I think
really?
I'm a little bit
Really?
ADHD. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's been Nicole, very interesting listening. I have been listening. I
Thank
just didn't
you.
want people to see me like this. But yeah, it's been very, very interesting. I shall let you get on.
I do want to. You're very welcome, Russ. It's very bizarre. Russ just popping in and out. He's like the hecklers in the Muppets, so like Waldorf and Statler, like come on and go rubbish, get off, and then disappear again. Love this. You were talking about connecting with other organisations, and I think that might just have happened live on air.
Oh, perfect.
Dr. Asa says he loves the mission and the interview, and he's a fantastic man to connect with. Nicole cannot endorse his work enough. He's been a guest on this show. Let's connect beyond this interview. Ta-da!
There we go. We can.
I've always had a special connection to those with such disorders. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. And if for some reason you couldn't find him, just you got my text, you can message me, and I'll hook you up, as it were.
Yeah.
So if people want to learn more, where can they go? You've got your website, haven't you?
Yeah. Go to the website. I'm often on Instagram, so you can send me a message at the Friendly Send Advisor. And also there's a page on Facebook, the Friendly Send Advisor, and LinkedIn, Nicole Bateman. So just send me a message. I'm better at messages than emails. Emails is, I don't know why, it's that task initiation of having to reply to the email in a specific way, in a formal way, whereas in a message, I can just do it and get it done. So and
that's how you work best. That's
exactly. I work with my brain. That's what you got to do. You got to think, how does my brain work best? And then go
I completely understand. I mean, some people, I can be in a conversation with someone and then flip out to another conversation. And some people think I'm being rude, and I'm really not. It's just a busy mind. Right, deal with that, deal with that one, deal with that. And bearing in mind what I do for a living, I have to be able to think bang, 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 bang. And then some people think it's rude, but there again, there's not many of those, and he was an idiot anyway. Now, this is interesting. Back in the 60s, primary school, I was in the remedial class. Now, this is where the stigma was. To be put in the remedial class, there was a hell of a stigma to that. Shouldn't have been, but they simply didn't have the vocabulary or the understanding. And frankly, they didn't know what to do with you. Things I hear of people being on the spectrum can apply to me, never been tested. But I think as Dr. Asa says, I firmly believe every human being could be diagnosed with some disorder. I don't know if I'd use the word but you know what I mean. Everyone's a little bit something, aren't they?
Well, I think obviously everyone is unique as an individual. But I think that there are the neurotypical, neurodivergent, and things like that. And I think there are specific group of things, sensory differences, social communication differences and all of those things that can be obviously grouped together with that. So
and you understand it in a much more nuanced way than the average person in the street would, through lived experience and 18 months of intense study. So yes, absolutely. Good luck with everything, Nicole.
Thank you.
Been lovely to meet you. What I'll do, I'll send you this footage later on. So if you want to use it for any marketing purposes, you're very welcome to do so. No restrictions, as seen on the Midday Show, or just delete it and we'll never bother you again.
No, I won't delete it. Don't worry.
But no problem. It's been really, really lovely talking to you. We'll just flash up your banner just once more. The Friendly Send Advisor. If I take that banner off, we'll see it better. There we go.
Thank you.
Nicole Bateman, your Friendly SEND Advisor. Thank you, Nicole. It's been lovely.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. Good afternoon, and good luck with all the wonderful things you'll do in the future. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
What a
lovely lady. Are you all right, old chap?
No. That I have to say, gave me a hell of a fright. Ridiculous. I was just sitting there and I just keeled over and smacked down.
Well, did you faint?
No, I just completely lost my balance because of this bloody sciatica. crap. Anyway, well done. What a very
My
charming.
friend's got sciatica. There's a bit of an epidemic of it around at the moment.
It's just
Apparently,
if you-
acupuncture's quite good for it.
I would try a 357 Magnum to my head at the moment. It's nuts. If you've never had
Well, that
it,
would
I
solve
can't
the
think-
problem, but it would create
That's the
another one.
point. No, not for me. It wasn't. It was just being a bit selfish. Oh God, this is my first venture out of bed since Friday, and
Oh, mate.
yeah, I know it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Plus,
You going to be all right for your comedy show?
well, I've got 2 funerals to do this week, so I've just got to mentally. You understand this? I've just got to mentally say I got to do it. Plus, the ticket sales are going great for the show next Tuesday, so I've got to be in. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, you've got another guest coming on, so I'm going
I
to
could always come and warm up, do the warm up for you. No, not really.
Mm.
You'll never let me. Never let me.
No, because you'd outshine me. I'm going to go.
Oh,
I'm going to
bullshit.
go. I'll be watching, and you introduce your next wonderful guest.
I
How about that?
absolutely will. We welcome Lee Walls, founder of Wild Changer. Hello, Lee.
Hiya, Neil. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Now you've got a really interesting story as well.
Yeah, I am
Let's
the
hear it.
founder. Yeah, I am the founder of Wild Changer, and I accidentally started a business last year.
Accidentally started a business.
Basically, yeah, I started wild swimming at the end of lockdown. I had a lifelong fear of swimming in open water, and
Okay.
I'd go on holiday with my husband and my daughter, and they'd be in the sea, and I'd be sitting crocheting on the shore because I'm like that. I'm not getting in the water.
Mm.
I nearly drowned when I was little, so I always avoided it.
Yeah.
And my husband at the end of lockdown bought a kayak, and I went out. I really enjoyed it, and I realised that I would need to at least be comfortable being uncomfortable in the water, because otherwise, if I went down, I was taking everyone with me in my panic. I went out swimming with a friend, and interestingly, my Facebook memories on Saturday, I'd put a post up to say, any of my pals do wild swimming. I'd love somebody to hold my hand. And I launched my business on Saturday. So that was like 4 years, a real full circle moment. So yeah, I designed a bag. I'd been swimming for 4 years by this point, and I kept looking for a bag that did all these wonderful things. I couldn't find what I was looking for, so I thought, sod it, I'll make it myself.
See a problem, fix it.
That's the one. That is exactly the one.
Like you said, well, that was an unexpected turn of events. Was there a point you thought? I mean, it's very understandable if you nearly drowned when you were young, why you would have a phobia. That's very understandable. But what was the point when you thought, do you know what? I just can't do this. You know, I need to turn this around. I've got to overcome this somehow. What was that point for you?
I don't think that it was ever a phobia, and I would get in the water, but I would panic. I remember I went away to Croatia probably about 10 years ago with a friend, and I thought, I'm going to go scuba diving. And when I was in the water, I was going down, you're submerging yourself, and I was panicking, I was hyperventilating, and I was totally like, and I was saying to the woman who was like right in my face, I said, this is fear. And she said, well, I know that. And I said, well, I didn't know that. I thought I just didn't like the water, and I hadn't realised that it was fear. And my other business is all about fear. And it took me probably like my entire life to realise that I was afraid of the water. It wasn't that I just disliked it. And like I said, sorry, go ahead, Neil.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. So when my husband bought the kayak, I didn't think that I was going to enjoy that. I was going out just to be a nice wife, really. And he likes this thing, I'll do it once and I'll never go again. And I really, really enjoyed it. And it was at that point I thought, right, I need to get a grip and do something about this now.
And do you have any fear of the water now?
No, I swim. Like last week, I was out swimming 4 times. I swim the sea. I swim in lochs in Scotland, like really deep open water. I still don't like anything touching my feet. Even in the height of summer, I'll have my shoes on. But if something does touch my feet, I'm like, okay, something's touching my feet, and that's fine. but I've just fallen in love with it. It's changed my life completely.
And it just shows that we can overcome these things that we think hold us back. And you didn't do it any sort of traditional way. You didn't see a therapist. You didn't go and have a phobia desensitization or something like that. You just kind of took a middle ground, I suppose. Not swimming, but kayaking. It's still on the water. It's still on open water, if not in open water. And that seemed to work. But once it's overcome, it's overcome. I don't see that fear ever coming back.
No, it definitely, I can't imagine it ever coming back. It's like I said, it's just transformed my life, and I'm like a walking advert for wild swimming now. All the joys that it brings to my life and mental health.
What are the benefits? What are the benefits of it?
So as a perimenopausal woman, in terms of dealing with your temperature, you get in the sea and it cools you down, and that impact lasts for a couple of days. But I also teach people to walk on fire, and I think there's an instant thing of you get in the water and you can't think about anything other than the fact that you're freezing. So it's really cold water. So no matter what's going on in your head, you've got problems at home, you've got money worries, you're worried about your elderly parents, whatever it is, you just get in the water, you're freezing it, and you're like, oh God, I better just survive this. And everything goes out of your head. And
so it brings you into the moment. It's like you could call it extreme mindfulness, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it brings you back into yourself, and there's something incredibly wholesome. I've always swam in swimming pools, but there's something really wholesome about swimming outdoors, and you've got like mountains, and you sometimes see deer and birds of prey. It's just beautiful, and it makes you realize how small and insignificant you are as well. You're like, I'm just a wee dot in the world.
No glimpses of the Loch Ness Monster, I take it, no?
I've not been swimming in Loch Ness, so I haven't seen
Would you go? Because, I mean, if that touched your feet, you maybe wouldn't like that.
Yeah, I'd be able to just ride it out and get myself on BBC with that if I met Nessie.
Well, you would. So this, tell us a little bit more about the business. You said you were looking for a bag that did, tell me.
Yeah, so I had an experience. I was out with my friend, we were swimming, and my first year of swimming, I didn't think that I felt the cold, and we had been in the water for a couple of minutes too long, and my teeth were chattering. I was absolutely freezing, and my teeth were chattering, and I thought I was going to bite my own tongue, and it was just awful. And I wanted a bag that would keep my clothes warm and give me somewhere to stand when we're getting dressed. And this is another thing about wild swimming. It's incredible for your body confidence, because you go from sort of hiding yourself under your big coat, trying not to let anybody see your body, to flashing your bum at everybody who's walking past. You don't care. And there's something really liberating about that. But you're hopping about on one foot, trying to get your pants on, not drop your socks in a puddle. So I wanted
that sounds like me on the beach, typical Brit who's awkward.
Yeah. And I think for all of us, it's a bit awkward. You're getting changed outside, and especially
trusted person holding the towel. They go, I'm going to let it go. Don't you dare.
Yeah. Swimming in the winter brings its own challenges. So I wanted somewhere that I would be able to stand and it would keep my kit warm, and nothing existed. So I've built a bag that is insulated. So if you're swimming in the winter, you can put a hot water bottle in. It keeps your kit warm. You can step into hot pants and socks, and then you've got somewhere it zips off. So you've got somewhere dry to stand. You can use your towel to dry your body rather than standing on it. And then you've got somewhere to sit after your swim. You can fold it over and sit on it as well.
What a great idea.
Thank you.
And how did you get that commission? How do you build something out of which doesn't exist before?
Yeah, that was really interesting. I
did you draw it out first? Did you approach suppliers and can you make this? I mean, how did it work?
Yeah, I made a prototype with an IKEA bag and some tin foil. I made a
Right.
prototype with paper. I commissioned a bag designer to bring my vision to life. I had an initial prototype made in Scotland that it was functional. It was really ugly, but it was functional. And then that person went AWOL, which was a challenge in itself. I contacted a couple of, it was really interesting. We see all this stuff about people are not engaging with UK manufacturers. And I had contacted one person in particular and said, here, could you make my prototype? And they were like, do you know, everybody we speak to is going to go on Dragon's Den and it's not worth my while. And I thought, well, one, I haven't mentioned Dragon's Den to you. And two, why not just charge me an appropriate amount of money for it to be worth your while?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the best customer service, to be honest with you.
No, I was unimpressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but eventually I spoke to another founder who makes cycling bags. I'd never met this guy. I sent him an email and said, could you have a Zoom call with me? And he was like, no, we'll meet in person. We'll need more than half an hour. And he put me in touch with his manufacturer. And she has just been incredible and brought it to life. But when I was building it, I decided that I knew what I wanted, but I created a private group on Facebook that's got more than 100 swimmers in it, so that I was creating something that was brilliant.
Now that's good because you're getting feedback off the people that would use it.
Yeah.
And that's the best market research.
Yeah.
And from that point of view, it doesn't really matter what the manufacturers think because you know what you want. It's the feedback you need, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there were things from that. Like I had, I wanted a bag with long straps that I would wear over my shoulder, but people were saying we wouldn't use it. We need backpack straps. Somebody, like I live in Scotland, I swim in remote locations. I don't even lock my car. I drive an old banger, but people were saying, no, we need somewhere to be able to hide our keys. So it's got a hidden key pocket. And then when it comes to manufacturing, I had a crowdfunder and people pre-ordered. So I launched that just before Christmas and it was 162% by the time we closed it because I had this community who wanted the bag. They had built it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was exciting. It's good.
It really is. Any other life-changing inventions in the pipeline? Are you?
There might be.
Is the muse at play?
Yeah, now that I've started, it's really hard to, or I don't even want to keep a lid on it. I think I've solved the bottom half of changing outdoors with the Wild Changer bag, and I am waiting on a second prototype coming that changes, fixes the problem of the top half, so you're not flashing your boobs, and can get changed a bit more discreetly.
Because we're all about being discreet in the United Kingdom, aren't we?
Well, we are, yeah.
That's very us. Yes, I'm worried if I flash my bum, I'll get arrested. I didn't mean to do it. Yeah. Well, how far do you swim when you swim?
In the summer, maybe I'm in the water for like an hour. We don't really we'll swim across a loch and back. Not massive like Loch Ness, but maybe Loch Lubnig. There's a loch up the road, Loch Fitty. We regularly swim back and forward across there. But in the winter, you're packing your bag, you're getting organised, and it takes an hour to get your kit together, and you're in the water for maybe 5 minutes at the most because it's freezing. Yeah, so it's just about listening to your own body as well. And the reason that I swim is nothing really to do with swimming. It's not anything to do with exercise. It's all about the mental health and the social benefits that come from that. So really the amount of time that I'm in the water is irrelevant.
It would have a huge effect on mental health, actually. Huge. What stroke do you do when you swim? Is it front crawl, or
breaststroke? I'm like a wee old woman. I'm just breaststroke. I don't even know how to do the crawl.
I'll tell you a secret, neither do I.
Good.
I only do breaststroke. I'm really good at it, but that's the only one I can do.
Yeah. Aye. Keeps your head above water, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's that difficult? Oh, butterfly. That's the one.
Yeah.
sadist invented that swimming stroke?
Who knows? I've never even tried it. So
Doing that with your arms and flipping your legs like
yeah.
like a dolphin. It's that's.
I can't clap in time, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
Dave Sleet says he's connected to the Five Dippers. Would be great to introduce you. Are you familiar with the Five Dippers?
I am. They're just along the road in Leith, and I'm also in Fife.
It might be worth.
But yeah, get in touch.
Networking there, yeah. Mark says, I hated swimming at school. I used to hold on to the float, so you need to overcome the fear and start to swim too. And Ian in Surbiton said, freezing cold open air swimming pools run by sadistic teachers in the 60s. put me off forever. And I can just imagine that, what that was like. Yeah.
But now they're opening all of these open air pools again. I'm in Fife, and I think we've got like 4 or 5 open air pools that there's been huge local campaigns to get them open again so that we can all swim outdoors.
We've got quite a nice one near us in Hampton called Hampton Pool.
Nice.
And it's open, run by volunteers. It's all run by volunteers, and they have big concerts there every year to raise money. Some really good acts like, I don't know, ABC, people like that. Really, really good music acts. Kid Creole and the Coconuts were there last year, actually.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Oh, he was fantastic. Have you seen Kid Creole live ever?
My dad's a huge fan, and I believe that he either seen him recently or is going to see him. But like, I grew up on Motown, and I'm not a fan, but my dad is.
Your dad would have loved this. I mean, he did over an hour set, and he did all the hits like Wonderful Thing, Annie, I'm Not Your Daddy, Still Pigeon, but there's so much more to his back catalogue. It was like a real sort of deep dive into that genre of music. It was really, really good.
Excellent.
Really, really good. And he's still got it. He's still got it, him and his Coconuts.
It's a great way to create community around it as well and get people engaged, doesn't it? By just bringing people together.
Absolutely. Yeah, as I say, it's all volunteer run, and it's a lovely pool, and they do night swimming and that kind of thing. I remember once I was there with a friend, and it was the nemesis is thunderstorms, because they have to get everyone out the water if there's a thunderstorm or even a threat of a thunderstorm. So we're all standing in the building like we haven't got changed. Are they going to let us back in? Are they not? And eventually they did. Then we had to get out again. But that's not a big deal, really. Not a big deal, really. So, if people would like to learn more, they can go to wildchanger.com.
That's right.
Brilliant benefits: mental health, physical health, community, overcoming things that have held you back. It's really it's almost like the hero's journey, isn't it? And here it is.
And it's free. It's completely free. It's like, and do you know? I think I seen a famous actress being interviewed the other week about wild swimming, and she was saying we're all equal when we get into the water. Everyone turns up in their shittest clothes, and you do, because like the objective is just to get quickly into your clothes. People, you're not putting your bra on quite a lot of the time. People aren't putting their pants on. It's just whatever's comfiest and coziest.
Yeah.
And it is a great equalizer, and people chat, and people say, what's the water like? What's your cake? How are you? There's just a really lovely community around it as well.
Yeah. Who was the actress? Do you remember? I
can't remember. She was an Irish woman. I think I'd seen it on Instagram and then had a nosy at it. But I really liked that the conversation.
She's right. It is a great equalizer, isn't it? Very much so. Well, it's been absolutely lovely talking to you, Lee. Thank you. Thank you so much for being on. I'll send you this footage. Anything else you'd like to share before we?
No, thank you for having me. It was really nice.
Right, you're welcome. Let's make sure I haven't missed a massive bit out or anything. Wildchanger.com. And you're looking, if I may, you're looking really well. I can see that vibrancy coming through the screen at me. You know what I mean? So it's obviously doing you a lot of good. So
thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. Fair play to you. I used to love swimming when I was a kid. I will need to get back. Maybe you'll be my inspiration to get back into it more.
Let me know if you do.
I will. I'll send you. Actually, I won't send you pictures. That would be weird, but I'll tell you.
Thank you. Take care.
I'll send you this footage. If you want to use this footage for any purposes, you're absolutely welcome to do so. Take care, Lee, and all the best. Cheers. I look forward to your next invention as well. Let me know when that comes out.
I will do. Thank you. Take care.
See ya. Bye-bye.
It might be a time machine.
Russ,
Could be a time machine, couldn't it?
I want us to leave a little bit of time and have a chat with you.
Okay.
You know, we're concerned about you, dude. What's going on?
Oh, well, it's nothing. It's this sciatica. That's what it is, which is a result of a car crash 27 years ago or so, and it flares up every now and then. And when it flares up, you're incapacitated completely, and that's it. But I've just got to get through it somehow. You know, very interesting guests, Neil. Very interesting guests.
I found them on the bulb. Light bulb.
Yes, you did. How are you? Were you gigging over the weekend?
No, I spent Saturday. My girlfriend was working. She's cabin crew, and she has 2 teenagers. And we all like going down our caravan in Henning Island. So I took the kids down there for Saturday.
Oh.
Saturday night. So it was me and 2 teenagers who were a lot of fun. Then brought them back, dropped them at their dad's on Sunday. And then I went to do comedy night at Crack Comedy.
You did do a comedy night. Yeah. How did that?
Didn't stand a chance. It was a competition. The standard nowadays of coming through is really, really high. Yeah. I mean, it's all right because I can go shopping for my nights, which I did. But
So did you feel they were? It's a really tough question. But did you feel they were better than you, or cleverer, or what?
Maybe I don't do a lot of spoken comedy. Their stuff was spoken and it was well crafted and it had all the good things like the callbacks, the clever lines and all that sort of thing. I don't do a lot of that. I just do musical mayhem.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to learn more and do more like that, but I don't at the moment.
But
so
it's your style. It's your style. You've got it.
But I do have a really good effect. The crowd was singing along, and it raises the energy in a room, and it's just a load of fun, really.
Yeah.
Which is, to be honest, the reason why I'm doing it.
Where did you do this?
Crack Comedy. Molly Mole, who recently supported Amid Jalili on tour. She won a competition to do so. She was emceeing. She's one of my favourite funny girls. She's great. Her whole act is a chav, you know, with the big hooped earrings and tracksuit bottoms and all that. She's great.
When I was on your lineup, she wasn't on, was she?
Don't think so. No. She's on again in July.
Okay. Yeah,
she's headlining in November at the Clap Comedy.
Excellent. Well done, you. And when you're with the teenagers, does it make you feel old?
No, not really, because I'm probably just as immature as they are. You know, they're great kids, and we're all in communication with mum on this. You know, sending pictures of what they're up to and all that sort of stuff.
So she's cabin crew, you were saying?
Yeah, she cabin crew.
Oh,
so
are we allowed to know who for?
Yeah, BA.
Wow.
I'm actually going away, but I think I will do the show on Wednesday because it's a very particular, important guest, and I really do need to do it. It's Emma Jane Taylor, who is a massive campaigner against sexual violence, and she's doing extraordinary work in the world. And I don't want to have to tell her.
Tell her no.
Yeah, so I will do the show on Wednesday, but I'll be doing it live from Frankfurt, so an international show.
All right. I'll bite. What are you doing in Frankfurt?
Just visiting.
Really? I used to have to go there a lot on business, and I never saw much of it, just the airport and the exhibition halls and the hotel. That was kind of it. Basic. But you've never been before?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Ian in Surbiton's, he says, I feel for us, like you get no rest. I know. Whichever... the problem with it is whatever position you're in, it's not great. It's so wretchedly debilitating and annoying, and I don't like things like that, you know. And now you've got a cough. God,
we're a right pair, aren't we?
I know we are. I'm going to let you close the show. If that's all right.
All right,
with you,
I will close the show. I will see you Wednesday, folks. So, a special guest, Emma Jane Taylor.
I will set that up for you and send it across. Okay.
Thank you very much indeed. And I hope you feel better soon.
Oh, bless you. Thanks a lot, pal. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bless him. Okay, thank you so much for watching. A couple of great guests today. Really lovely to have them all on. And I will see you Wednesday with Emma Jane Taylor, live from Frankfurt. And Russ and the gang will be back on Friday. In the meantime, thanks to our two super cool guests today, Nicole Bateman of nicolebateman.co.uk and Lee Walls of wildchanger.com. There we go. We all learned some things today on the show, as hopefully as well as being entertained. And thank you very much indeed for all your comments. Janine says, Sachsenhausen in Frankfurt is epic. Thank you very much indeed, Janine. I would Sachsenhausen. I will brush up on my German and hopefully see you all. Well, definitely see you soon. Take care. Good afternoon.